Diamond really diamond, and I'm shining bright cause I'm really grinding. They ask me if I'm real, I say you should see me. My daughter gon' love this bitch here. All my diamonds shine cause they really diamonds. Bad bitches in line, they be really trying. They ask me if I'm high, I say really. Got money on my mind, I say really.
The WWBL is back, and this season is going to be a fun one. We've got new teams, new contenders, and new tech for all the WWBL fans. See what happened when bats and bodies all went flying. There's only one place for it, and it's this week, in the WWBL. The Canes started off the season with a depressing 0-4 record, without much to say for themselves. Simply put, the Canes.
Don't want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about it.
Once they started to get going, they looked as dominant as any team in the league. The best part of their game thus far has been their hitting. Leading the way was Captain Ryan Smith, who came out of nowhere to shock the world with a league-leading .622 batting average, 7 home runs, and 17 RBIs. Mark Didio also had a great day at the plate, with a .545 batting average, 7 home runs of his own, and 15 RBIs. The reigning Cy Young pitched well at times, but didn't look like the dominant ace we saw last year. His mere 14 innings of work were impressive, with just a 1.07 ERA and 15 strikeouts, but injuries caused him to sit the rest of the day, and Ryan Smith had to fill in on the mound. Smith had signs of potential, but his lack of experience was exposed, and he gave up 15 runs in 6 innings. If the Canes want to make a run for the title, they will undoubtedly need Didio to produce on the bump. Russell Crouse had a roller coaster of a week. Although he had a clutch walk-off to secure the win over the Outlaws, Crouse has been struggling at the plate. His .188 batting average is a non-contributor, and his 1 home run and 2 RBIs don't provide much either. However, as history has shown, you can never count out Russ to hit a timely long ball. With Drew Rogers still to play, the Canes will remain a question mark. The Canes have proved to be a contender, handing the truth their first loss of the year in the process. If there's one thing the Canes will do, it's trust the process. The Swarm were a team that always seemed to pick up wins in unlikely places. Chris Veneruso was there early on, but had an important airsoft match to attend to. Chris's absence on the mound was felt, as the Swarm lacked their ace. Kevin Greer and Shane Raybacks didn't pitch terribly, but with Veneruso, the Swarm could have seen a challenge for the top spot in the standings. Kevin Greer continued his performance from the season ago into this year, batting .560 with a league-leading 9 home runs and 25 RBIs. Opposing pitchers will need to find a way to shut the lefty down if they want to pose a threat to the Swarm. Shane Raybacks was a solid hitter as well, hitting .444 with 5 home runs and 12 RBIs. Veneruso, in 9 innings, allowed just 2 earned runs, bringing his ERA down to just 0.67. The Swarm are an all-around solid squad. They'll need pitcher Chris Veneruso to get his priorities straight, but once he does, they might be the hottest team in the league. The Outlaws were as explosive as any team in the league. Dylan Ward brought it this weekend, electrifying the league with 8 home runs, not to mention his 21 RBIs and a .412 batting average. Kevin Raybacks also stepped it up with a .425 batting average, 4 home runs, and 8 RBIs. The two veterans proved to be lethal to opposing teams and should be dangerous throughout the season. The one weakness for the bunch might be pitching. Ward and Raybacks split time on the mound, with neither proving to be better than the other. Ward, a normally consistent pitcher, let the ball get away from him as he gave up 19 runs in 10 innings. Raybacks filled in and was a strong relief. He had a 3.31 ERA and showed promise with 7 strikeouts. Jake Thaw's play time was limited, but he had some timely hits. A .200 batting average with 1 home run and 5 RBIs in 15 at-bats is not what was expected of him, but the former playoff MVP will for sure have time to prove once the playoff season nears. The Outlaws will need to get a strong arm on the mound, but once they do that, it is more than likely to see a late run into the playoffs. On top of the standings are the truth. Captain Andrew Moy showed why he should be a 2-time Cy Young Award winner with a 0.98 ERA through 21 innings of work. The offense was very balanced, with all members getting their licks in. Brian Raybacks proved he can hang with the best of them, hitting with an impressive .548 batting average with 1 home run and 7 RBIs. Andrew Moy, after a below-average year at the plate a season ago, was revamped as a powerhouse, hitting with a .417 batting average, 7 home runs, and 12 RBIs. Luke Yokoi, with his shoulder back to full strength, proved he is the monster we knew him as. A .400 batting average, 8 home runs, and 15 RBIs would more than back it up. The Truth didn't see much competition this week, with their one loss coming in a slugfest against the Canes. Their league leaders shouldn't be too worried, since they were without their star pitcher. A balanced offense and talented defense is always a good sign for any team, and a substantial lead over every other team puts them comfortably in first place. This week's Player of the Week was Ryan Smith, who surprised the league with his performance and bat flips. Here's what the standings look like, with the race for second place starting to shape up. Here are the league leaders for this season, and stay tuned for our new weekly series coming out soon. I'm Brian Raybacks, and we will see you next week in the WWBL.